Hey everyone, this is Veritas
and CA7A
from Filler Killers, and we're continuing on our games recap from E3. The last video ended with the Elder Scrolls Online, so following the playlist. Moving on to a game we didn't see, but we'll talk about anyway.
Fantasia Music Evolved.
Fantasia Music Evolved.
Are you sure we didn't see that one?
I do not believe we saw that. The only musical I remember seeing was Just Dance 2014.
Okay.
No, the only other one we saw was Rocksmith.
Yeah.
Which was a weird way to open Ubisoft's press conference.
That was pretty cool, though.
It was neat. I liked everyone's press conference.
Okay, so we don't know anything about this one, so we're just going
to skip it. It was made by Harmonix. So, yeah, that's a thing.
To be announced?
To be announced.
We have no idea on that one.
I'm guessing everyone in this video is going to be a to be announced. So, moving on to FIFA Soccer 14.
Not a big fan of soccer or sports in general, but I will admit FIFA is a really popular series and it looks nice.
Yes, it looks good for what they can do. I do not want to call it soccer. I want to call it football. And I want to call American football American football. I'm going to get into that rut. So, FIFA Football 14. See, it flows better.
Just call it soccer.
Anyway, moving on to Forza Motorsport 5.
That game looks beautiful.
It's gorgeous. When they zoomed in on the paint job in the sun, you could see like the imperfections in the paint bouncing.
That was really spectacular.
I am nowhere near a car person, but oh my god, the engine revving. It's
a very nice looking game. It's
very well made.
Gonna run very well with their new.
It's something they used in Forza like 1 or something. And it's like, what is it? It's a mix between character and driver. Driver something. Doesn't matter. Let's call it Drive Tech. Let's just call it Drive Tech. Basically, it records your movements, like how you handle situations based on your surroundings, copies them, mimics them. So when you're offline, your friends are playing. You're no longer playing with AI that the game built. You're playing with AI that's built off of your gameplay. So your friends will be playing with you in ghost form, kind of like how Mario Kart has ghost form when you want to re-race yourself. It'll show like a ghost of your player, and you can kind of see how you work around corners. But it'll have technically your AI character racing like you do.
Yeah, it's basically a smart AI. The crowds are alive. It's.
So yeah, it's really cool. So driver tech or car, whatever, doesn't matter. It's cool, and it's kind of creepy at the same time. Moving on to one that I was excited for, Halo for Xbox One. 343 I don't know why I said studios. 343 Industries is making this one. It was basically a teaser trailer. It's unconfirmed if that's Halo 5 or not, because no one can really know what they're doing. Even though they have announced a trilogy, it still could be a standalone game. So we've only seen a teaser. Moving on.
It looks like a sequel.
Moving on, that's to be announced as well. They talked that they were going to have more for us next year, either next E3 or just next year at some point. So 2014 for the earliest information on Halo for Xbox One. Just Dance 2014.
Just Dance.
Just Dance.
It's just a Just Dance game.
Just Dance 2014 times.
Yeah.
So
that one's obviously coming out in 2014.
The bands didn't seem very. The music, I should say, was from artists we're not really fond of. But
it was a very new set of music.
Nicki Minaj, One Direction, Psy.
Yeah, it was a very new set of music. It didn't really touch on any old music as we saw. It probably will have old music. It showed like all stuff from 2012, but not pretty much.
Open Gangnam Style. Moving on to Killer Instinct, a fighting game. Backing out of this one, I'm not a fighting game fan.
I'm not big into fighting games. I want to say there was an older Killer Instinct.
I think it was a remake or like a reiteration, kind of like Thief did.
I'm not too sure on Killer Instinct.
I've heard of Killer Instinct before, so I'm pretty sure it existed.
Like I said, I don't know. It's a
hey, look, game. The one game that the new D-pad will work with. Okay, so that's being made by Double Helix to be announced. Kinect Sports Rivals. Didn't see anything with Kinect.
Did we see it?
They didn't show the Kinect at all.
No, they did that in
the reveal thing.
Yeah, that was basically their first conference.
I'm glad they kept Kinect out of it. I mean, they did show some stuff with Kinect, but it wasn't.
They'll probably show other stuff.
Maybe. So that's made by Rare, and to be announced. Logo Cycle by Twisted Pixel. We did not see that at all.
Nope.
So that's to be announced. Madden 25?
Just Madden.
So I mean, the 25th Madden game?
I couldn't tell you.
They're outwinning Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So that's by EA, obviously, and that's to be announced. Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain.
Say it right.
Metal Gear... I can't.
Metal Gear Solid 5,
yes.
The Phantom Pain.
By Kojima Production.
It's a very new spin.
Open world.
It's a very new spin on the original Metal Gear because it's open world.
Metal Gear. Yeah, it looks good. I'm excited for it. I won't play it because I'm terrible with stealth games. It's
very stealth oriented, as most Metal Gear games are. I can't tell you if the cutscenes are going to be 5 hours long, but
it seemed... Hopefully we didn't see all the gameplay in the entire game at E3.
Yeah.
All 5 minutes of the gameplay.
Well, overall it would have been about an hour fast forwarding.
Yeah, the beginning of it, when they showed like the opening cutscene walking into the actual gameplay, seamless. The graphics didn't change at all.
Yeah, it was just one flowing game.
It
was
looks
really nice.
Fantastic.
It was, it's got like real time, it's got
stealth, it's really
advanced.
Got
the, like real-time weather, too. Like, weather will change on
inclement weather.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it, multiple transportation methods, multiple sneaky methods. Sneaky. Moving on to Minecraft for the Xbox One.
Yeah, it's just going to be Minecraft.
Hopefully they'll have bigger worlds. Hopefully they'll have more processing power to handle the bigger worlds. And that's obviously by Mojang. And that's to be announced, but it'll be on the Xbox One. Mirror's Edge, it's just called Mirror's Edge, but it's really Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah, it looks like they really stepped up the combat.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
She looks really good.
Yeah, they really stepped up what it looks like, the combat and the movement in the game from the first one. And don't get me wrong, the first one was good, but the combat really turned me off of it.
Mm-hmm. It was, it was very old school style when it came to hand-to-hand. And that's my favorite release date. It's coming when it's ready. I love that. So the next couple are sports related. I just saw something I didn't see at E3, and I'm very excited now. Okay, moving on to NBA 2K14. Why the heck would they put it? I don't even know.
We got basketball, and then we have NBA. So
NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14 is that thing that they're bringing back. Need for Speed Rivals.
We saw some of that. It was where the guy was driving as like the racer, and then his friend jumped into the middle of the game out of nowhere as the cop.
Yeah.
And then the other guy just brought in a helicopter from his tablet.
It was
help
cool.
The cop.
Yeah, it was neat.
Definitely going to be one of the new smart glass games.
It was a little bit of a teaser, so it's not really much gameplay. One that I didn't see, but probably because they don't have a press conference and it's just kind of a side thing. It'll be probably later in EA.
It's going to be for
or
both
E3.
of those. It's Peggle 2 and Plants vs. Zombies.
Peggle is a fantastic game. You should go play it.
And then Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare. So those are both games made by PopCap.
PopCap.
Those are to be announced. We didn't see any of gameplay for those.
Those are smaller. That's a smaller company too, so that'll probably be later in E3.
Project Spark.
Oh my God! You can earthbend, but
if there's one other game, like if there's one Xbox One exclusive that I definitely need to have, it would be Project Spark.
It looks really cool. What was the game that came out on the 360? I think it was an arcade game where you could terrorize basically the natives of the island, but you could go around and point at a spot and it would gather sand, and you could carry it around and put it in a river, and you could redirect the river.
Kind of sounds. Was that from Dust?
That was. Yes, it was. It was that, I think. I don't remember. It was really cool though. It looked really good for the 360, and this one kind of looks like that, where you can just kind of build up your own custom worlds. It's like Minecraft, but it's beautiful.
Crazy.
Yeah, it has the style of what would that be? It wouldn't be Bastion.
Kind of like Fable.
Yeah, it was
a very down version of Fable,
where everyone's like a midget.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice sandbox game with just crazy scenarios.
Crazy amounts of customization.
Yeah, it's just crazy things you and your friends can do. Or
it's really, really pretty, too. So moving down the list to Quantum Break, it's by Remedy Entertainment, and that's they basically, throughout the whole thing, they're talking about how it's the future of gaming, combining television and gaming seamlessly. It's Defiance is already doing that, but this one's cool.
I really don't know what they're doing with Quantum Break still. I mean,
it's the TV show is talking about stuff, and you can get exclusive information from the TV show that you can use as better ideas for in-game choices, so you don't screw up the timeline.
That's an Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah, the graphics look fine. I mean, like when he was walking through glass and stuff that was in midair in frozen time, it looked really, and like the sound effects were really cool. But other than that, there's really nothing we know about it yet.
And it showed him walk in, he saved the lady, and then that was it.
And then they hit like a flash forward to him getting hit by the thing, and then boom, blew up, and there you saw it. Rabbids Invasion.
That was for Xbox?
Yes. That was the one we saw with the children pointing at the screen and then throwing the egg back up the hen.
Yeah, that was more of a kid game. I'm going to skip that one.
Kind of. It had like reverse childbirth.
Just move on.
Moving on to Rise, is that the Rome game? The
Yeah,
Son of
it's
Rome?
like a... No, it's a Son of Rome.
No, it's not. Wait. Yeah, it is.
You're right.
Rise Son of Rome.
I was thinking of Second Son.
Yeah.
But no, Rise is kind of it's obviously not historically correct, but it's definitely a nice looking Rome game. If you saw Rise back at the earlier E3, it looked like a Connect only for Xbox 360.
And you can chain combos.
Yeah, like,
you can hurt people to the point where you have like a finishing move with like a quick time event, and if you hurt someone else and they're nearby, you can just do a combo of them, and you can execute both of them at once.
But if you look at the game side by side of when they originally announced it and what it is now, you'll see a giant difference.
Yeah. It's really pretty.
Oh, there it is.
Skylanders Swap Force by something. Vicarous Visions? Yeah.
What was that one?
We didn't see that one.
Of course.
That one. These smaller companies we haven't seen yet. There you go.
And Star Wars Battlefront
3.
The game everyone has... well, not everyone, but a lot of people have been waiting for.
Star Wars nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game's gonna be fucking amazing.
You're few and far between.
I need to bring up Halo with you.
My young Padawan.
Anyway, Battlefront 3 was basically announced. It's being made by DICE, so hopefully they don't screw it up.
Don't cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Or your lightsabers. Anyway, so...
Wait for the Halo onslaught.
Oh my lord, this is going to be fantastically horrible.
Sunset Overdrive.
It looks funny. That's that really existential one.
That one is the one with the big co-op. It's like another open world, kind of like RPG kind of style game. It's just kind of ludicrous,
You throw Sunkiss into a shotgun and it becomes a nuke launcher.
Yeah, it kind of gave me a feel of like a crazy Borderlands, Dead Rising kind of co-op.
Yeah.
Like, it had a weird... Kind of looked like cell shading.
Yeah, it was... Yeah,
definitely a weird game.
It was odd. It's kind of cool, though. Check it out. It looks fun.
Thief, made by...
You're going to have movement from this one. Thief, the remake.
Yeah, it's going to be a...
Just to clear this up,
first one.
Dishonored was modeled after Thief. Thief was not modeled after Dishonored. People were complaining about Thief looking like Dishonored. Dishonored was built off of the idea of the original Thief. So
every stealth game is built off of Steve. Steve? Yes, off of Steve.
I've never seen Thief before, so to me it looks kind of like he's a prick. But that's because that's what his character is, so I'm okay with it. So it looks good.
I leave your games alone and you bash mine. I see how it is.
So Thief looks okay. Moving on to one that we're really both excited for, Titanfall.
Titanfall.
Hopefully it's the downfall of COD.
Yeah, it looked... Kind of gave me a Crisis feeling.
Yeah, you basically... you can fight like soldier to soldier like you would in like a regular FPS, or you can fight in mechs.
Titans,
but they're basically mechs.
Yes, mechs.
Basically exosuits, and you can fight Titan to Titan, or you can fight Titan to soldier, or sorry, pilot, or what they're called.
Yeah,
you can fight Titan to Titan, Titan to pilot, pilot to Titan, or pilot to pilot. It's really cool. It's like a really cool mix.
It's definitely going to be a big multiplayer game. And it's multiplayer only, right?
I think so.
It's definitely going to be pretty awesome.
It's multiplayer, but it's weird. It's not an open world where like real-time events happen. It's a multiplayer game that has background things going on.
Yeah. So
there are like real-world events happening behind you. Trials Fusion. Hopefully this has the same editing programs as Trials Evolution does, because I've seen some of the crazy things people can do on Evolution, and
Fusion took it to the next level. After seeing some gameplay of that,
And also they, as a side thing, that's going to the Xbox One and 360. I think it's going to the 360 as well. And they're also releasing a second Trials game called Trials Frontier, and that one's going to... That's a Western style, like a farming Western style Trials for phone only.
Like isn't it for
Yeah, it's
basically phone.
It's a mobile.
Yeah,
mobile game. EA Sports UFC.
So I think it's pretty interesting when they finally got their rights on UFC because it seemed like that'd be a big controversy one to get their hands on because that's a big sport now.
I'm gonna say the interactions between the fighters looks really cool. If that was actual gameplay, not just like a trailer, that looks really good. That looks the reflex of the human body looks really good in that.
Yeah.
Moving on to a fan favorite from last E3, Watch Dogs.
Oh, Watch Dogs looked amazing.
It looks really freaking cool.
It already gave you that feeling of Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row. Like it had that. You're in the city.
Also had the cell phone that does everything.
Yes, well, you're in the city and you got
Chicago.
Yes, it takes place in Chicago, and it's basically you have the power to access any
technological device.
Yeah.
Anything that's run on electricity, you can control. Like, if you're trying to run away from the cops, you can bring up like the roadblocks, and it blows the cop cars up. Then you get confronted, you can black out the city and get away. It's just really, really cool.
And basically, you're a vigilante that uses your power depending on how you want to use it.
Yeah, justice by your definition. It looks really cool. I wasn't excited for it until I saw it gameplay later in E3. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
It looked nice. It's definitely going to be a step up from the last one.
Was the main character the one in like the chain?
Yes.
Okay.
The same character.
He's cool.
He's been in all of them.
He's cool.
Anyway, it's going to be the same character, same not so linear open world game. They're definitely making an open world this time around, so you can do whatever you want, basically.
Mermaids. You can do mermaids.
Oh yeah, there are mermaids now, so you're not just boning witches.
Bony fishy. So moving down to another one that was pretty up there, and I'm actually pretty dang excited for it now, Wolfenstein: The New Order.
That game looked amazing. I saw the trailer like months back. I saw it come out, and I was just so stoked. I remember playing the original Wolfenstein, I played the remake. I played.
Didn't you watch the trailer recently, like on loop for like 3 hours?
I don't know what it is about that trailer. I just love it.
I like the bullets locking into position and stuff.
It's just I think it's a well done trailer.
It looks
kind of like
very well done, I would say.
I don't remember the name of the game now. The Crew reminds me of the Crew trailer. Like that trailer just got me hooked on the game.
I like it when they show things like small scale and then moving out to like bigger.
Yeah.
It's always neat. And then we're almost done with the list here. So Zoo Tycoon was not shown at all.
Didn't realize they were making another one. Fun game. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun game.
There was a first one?
You do not know a lot about sandbox games.
No, and sandbox is my favorite genre of games. So I don't know a lot about most of them. I'm a bad person. Okay, moving on to the last one that we also haven't seen. These are from smaller companies and will be shown actually during the E3 time from the 11th to the 13th. So Hopefully. So if we don't know about them now, it's because we've only seen Microsoft, Ubisoft, EA, and Sony's press conferences, and they only showed their exclusive stuff.
Sony doesn't have most of their stuff up. We're not really going to cover most of their stuff, but
right.
Want to cover some of the big titles that have been announced for Sony real quick?
Let's cover this last one on this list, and then we'll go to that.
Okay.
Basically, Zumba Fitness World Party. Don't know anything about it. Hasn't been announced yet. On to Sony.
Only a few games come to mind when I think of the Sony press conference. There was Final Fantasy 15.
They went from Final Fantasy Versus 13 to 15 without even touching on 14.
14 is a MMO.
Is it?
It's releasing on PS3 and PS4.
So did the Versus?
I wanted it for PS3.
Did the Versus thing just turn into 15, or is there like a 13 Versus and a 15? It was confusing to me.
I'd leave it at that because I don't know much about the Versus. I remember that 14 was announced for PS3. I'm pretty sure they made it a long time ago, but it was so bad they scrapped it and they're redoing it.
Yeah.
And I was actually pretty stoked for that. I was thinking about getting a PlayStation just for that game.
Yeah.
But by what they said, it was a paid subscription to play it.
Oh, I heard you talking about that.
So I didn't really want to touch on to that.
I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, they got
We really only saw. We're trying to keep most of what Sony did and their press conference to the Sony video that's coming out after this one. But just for I would say just their console games that they did, they only showed a few, other than the ones that we didn't really see very much of, like the ones that are exclusive, like the 30 that are in work or the 140 that are in work right now in their studios. that we don't really have any information on because they just showed little trailers and then it was like, hey, we're working on it. Next.
Basically, you're going to get Final Fantasy 14 and 15.
Yes.
Everyone's beloved series, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep. You're going to get Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag.
Well, that's already for both.
Yeah.
Then you're getting Killzone.
Killzone.
I don't remember.
Darn, we shouldn't have said that. So the next Killzone game that I'm drawing a blank on.
I can't remember
what it's called. It's got some subtitle. It's fine. We don't remember it. So the next Killzone game, which looks like Killzone blended with everything from Halo 4.
Well, that's in a lot of games, though.
Now it is.
It's been in a lot of games. A lot of different technologies like that.
Now it is. Anyway, so we saw Killzone.
Final Fantasy 15 and then Kingdom Hearts 3 are the main three that come to mind when I think of a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah. Especially
Kingdom Hearts, because that one... I never really got into Kingdom Hearts. I didn't really enjoy the story. I didn't enjoy the characters. Don't get me wrong, it's got its ups and downs, but...
I never could connect to that game whatsoever.
So yeah, they're making a third one, and a lot of people seem to be happy about that. So
the only other games I can think of are ones that are cross-platform, like Assassin's Creed 4, Watch Dogs, Destiny, and...
the PC ports.
Ghost.
Oh, yeah, Ghost. What about the PC ports?
I think we should save that for the Sony video.
Okay.
Because that kind of works into stuff about Sony. So that has been the game recap for E3 so far. We'll talk about some of the indie game companies and the smaller PC games that are being stolen to PlayStation in the Sony video that comes out after this one. So if you'd like to watch our opinion on Sony's press conference, continue watching our little mini E3 coverage series.
And for a recap, a lot of these games are...
to be announced.
Yeah, and some are definitely going to be Xbox exclusive, like Kinect, but we don't know for sure which ones aren't.
Since it just happened today, there's no reliable information on the internet.
I mean, they said Xbox was talking about their exclusives, but they didn't really give you a good idea of which ones were.
Right. So that's pretty much been the game coverage at Microsoft and EA and Ubisoft. So we only have Sony left to talk about. Isn't that fun? So thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. And if you please subscribe to help the channel grow, that'd be fantastic. And we love you forever. We love you a long time. So thank you all very much for watching. This has been Veritas.
And Get It Time.
From Filler Killers. Have a great day, everyone.